Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
A person who is controlled by others and is used to perform unpleasant or dishonest tasks for someone else. A human being. White is an archaic term. A living organism characterized by voluntary movement. A person who is controlled by others and is used to perform unpleasant or dishonest tasks for someone else. A small figure of a person operated from above with strings by a puppeteer. A doll with a hollow head of a person or animal in a cloth body, intended to fit over the hand and be manipulated with the fingers. Ride in a car with no particular goal and just for the pleasure of it. We tooled down the street. The means whereby some act is accomplished. Science has given us new tools to fight disease. A person who is controlled by others and is used to perform unpleasant or dishonest tasks for someone else. Obscene terms for penis. An implement used in the practice of a vocation. Drive. The convertible tooled down the street. Furnish with tools. Work with a tool. A human being. White is an archaic term. An isle and county of southern England in the English Channel. Marked by the appetites and passions of the body. Animal instincts. A living organism characterized by voluntary movement. A living organism characterized by voluntary movement. A cruelly rapacious person. A living organism characterized by voluntary movement. A cruelly rapacious person. A living organism characterized by voluntary movement. Resembling a beast, showing lack of human sensibility. Brute force. A living organism characterized by voluntary movement. All the animal life in a particular region or period. The fauna of China. Work very hard, like a slave. Someone who works as hard as a slave. A person who is owned by someone. Someone entirely dominated by some influence or person. A slave to fashion. Causing or capable of causing death. Mortal combat. A human being. Involving loss of divine grace or spiritual death. Subject to death. Mortal beings. Unrelenting and deadly. Mortal enemy. The immaterial part of a person, the actuating cause of an individual life. Deep feeling or emotion. A human being. A secular form of gospel that was a major black musical genre in the 1960s and 1970s. Soul was politically significant during the civil rights movement. The human embodiment of something. The soul of honor. A human being. There was too much for one person to do. A grammatical category used in the classification of pronouns, possessive determiners, and verb forms according to whether they indicate the speaker, the addressee, or a third party. Stop talking about yourself in the third person. A human body, usually including the clothing. A weapon was hidden on his person. Characteristic of or meant for a single person or thing. An individual serving. being or characteristic of a single thing or person. Individual drops of rain. A human being. Separate and distinct from others of the same kind. Mark the individual pages. Concerning one person exclusively. We all have individual cars. A single organism. A human being. A human being. The state or fact of existing. A point of view gradually coming into being. A living thing that has, or can develop, the ability to act or function independently. A living thing that has, or can develop, the ability to act or function independently. A system considered analogous in structure or function to a living body. The social organism. A pedigreed animal of unmixed lineage, used especially of horses. Having a list of ancestors as proof of being a purebred animal. A racehorse belonging to a breed that originated from a cross between Arabian stallions and English mares. A well-bred person. Designed to arouse lust. Adult movies. A fully developed person from maturity onward. Of animals, fully developed. An adult animal. Any mature animal. Having 2 feet. An animal with 2 feet. Giving or marked by complete attention to. A person who is confined, especially a prisoner of war. Being in captivity. An animal that is confined. A person held in the grip of a strong emotion or passion. Any animal of the phylum Chordata having a notochord or spinal column. Of or relating to or characteristic of the chordata. An animal organism in the early stages of growth and differentiation that in higher forms merge into fetal stages but in lower forms terminate in commencement of larval life. Causing a sensation as of things crawling on your skin. I had a creepy crawly feeling. An animal that creeps or crawls, such as worms or spiders or insects. A regional term for creature, especially for domestic animals. Fish-eating bird of warm inland waters having a long flexible neck and slender sharp-pointed bill. A person or other animal that moves abruptly and rapidly. Squirrels or darters. Any of various animals that have been tamed and made fit for a human environment. Any of various animals that have been tamed and made fit for a human environment. An animal whose body temperature varies with the temperature of its surroundings. Any animal except birds and mammals. An animal organism in the early stages of growth and differentiation that in higher forms merge into fetal stages but in lower forms terminate in commencement of larval life. Botany. A minute rudimentary plant contained within a seed or an archegonium.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.